Okay, we just had a 6.0 over here in Russia where we've been having the other activity. It had calmed down for 2 days and then we came back with the 6.0, 15.2 miles deep. Now over here on our side and Hawaii, let's look at Hawaii. There's nothing there, no 2.5s or greater. Let's go over here and look at this. All right, we got a hot spot here. Is that a fire or is it something related to volcanic? Right here's Kilauea. There's something going on down in there. All right, now day before yesterday, we had a hot spot here and a hot spot here. Earthquakes here, an earthquake here, and a larger earthquake just north of the hot spot. So Hawaii, there's something funny going on there. Now let's back up here. All right, we got a 2.5 around Texas. Now all their information is down here on the left. When I click on it, you can see it down at 2.5 Nevada, 2.7, 2.6 Little Lake, 2.8 Ansa. The 2.7 was around Cold Springs, Nevada. All right, now here's what we got going on. This is a 6.0 and greater. 6.0. We're looking for a larger quake than a 6.0 in the next 3 to 5 days. Larger than the 6.0. And I'll know more about it on tomorrow's update. I can give you more information on it, but it looks like it's going to be a 7 plus, just like we seen before when we got the 7 plus over here. All right, now let's go look at the small quakes. Now these are smaller quakes over here in Hawaii. We got a couple on the Kilauea volcano, small activity. Now Oklahoma, Texas, we done looked at the 2.5s and greater. Look at this fault coming down through here. I used to explain it years ago. Here a while back when I was doing the earthquakes on the ETN news thing. All right, now this fault down through here, it is a fault coming down through here. And it's a part, the Walker Lane comes down through here, the fault. No one talks about the Walker Lane. Just imagine how many big faults that we have that the USGS don't show. They don't show the Walker Lane coming in, and they don't show a fault coming down through the volcanic ridge. That's a big fault. So there's faults that's not showed on here. Now we're starting to get activity down through here. See, yesterday and the day before yesterday, there was nothing here. So something is going wrong down in this area to cause that to happen. We just got to watch and see what goes on. And we're still getting activity out this way. Now, the way everything was going, it was cutting off right here, coming down this way and going out into the ocean, out from San Diego, out this way. And up north, we were getting them out this way. So, this whole section here, it could be showing, down the San Andreas. And instead of coming on down the San Andreas, something may be blocked here and causing it to go this way because it's a weaker point. So this here would be a very large quake. I'm talking about, 7 plus or something down through here if it occurred, if this cracked. But it acts like something's trying to crack through here because it's not going down the San Andreas like it's supposed to and crack down through here. So something, like the ring of fire coming down through here, magma builds up, it hardens. If it cools, it hardens, and then something blocks it. It gets a weaker spot, shoots off this way. And if it shoots off this way, it could be a very large quake in the future, maybe even the near future. Okay, 2.2 around Preston, Nevada. 2.5. And over here, there's more activity going on than what they're putting out to be around the Grand Canyon. coming over through this way. Thought I'd let you know that too. There's more activity there than what they're showing, just the same as Las Vegas. I showed that Las Vegas quake the last time. When I went back and looked, it was gone. Every time it's gone. All right, now Yellowstone 1.1, 0.7, another 0.7, 0.2. And down here, we got fires here a little bit ago. Well, we have an earthquake activity where we had the fires at. There's fires down in here. All right, I don't see nothing else that I could bring to your attention except for the Cascadia. Let me explain again, in case if you're new here. I cannot see over here on this side with the Ghost 16. I can't see nothing. I can't get no information over here. I guess they keep it to themselves. It would be good for us to know so we could add things up here and, get it right. But the Cascadia is where I see the pressure building. There is no hot spots whatsoever all the way down through here, not one. That means it's opened and it's building. It's not, it's clear. There's nothing coming down through there, to cause any hot spots, friction, no earthquake activity. But anyway, I see it over here. When it builds over here on this side or over here, you can see it building and putting pressure on the Cascadia. The Cascadia is a much stronger fault than it is over here. It's weaker over here in this area. So when we see the pressure building up here, it can happen over here. And when we see building, people get upset because it don't happen that night or the next hour or so. Thoughts move like your fingernail or toenail growing. You ever watch your toenail grow? You see how thoughts move. So when we see thoughts moving and building, it ain't that right at that second. It could be if something slips at that second, but usually it's not at that moment. It takes a while. All right, we got pressure pushing on the Cascadia. Be prepared for a large quake down the Cascadia just in case, because this here, when it gets pressure on it, one of these sides is going to give first. When these plates are pushing, the magma flow coming around the ring of fire, everything's pushing. And this here is what's showing me the signs. It's the Cascadia. So that means it has pressure on it. Let's see which one gives first. Looking for a larger quake, maybe a 7 plus, next 3 to 5 days. I'll see you next time. Everybody stay safe, and we will be watching.